Gentlemen, follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're gonna act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offence.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realise it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realised that.
You couldn't have realised? Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more I apologise. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Don't be surprised. My lord doesn't take kindly to those who insist on putting a rope round his neck.
I understand. I expect no one does. In any case, we'd have it a lot easier, your lord and I, if his behavior weren't so redolent of a bandit. Nevertheless, welcome to Trotsky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost. The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
You silly
All too
doggy.
well, thanks.
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stable. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Thanks. I'm grateful.
As you should be. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
I'm here for some horse tack. I hear you have something for me.
Well, fuck me blind. You got out of jail yesterday and today you've got a horse. Fuck, I wouldn't mind having your kind of luck. But you're fucking things up for me and making a mess. And I don't want to get a whipping on your account. I've got the tack ready, but I've been ordered to show you our herring first. You can take him, they said. So kindly take a look at him in the stable here and tell me if you want him or not. Farewell.
I took a look at Herring.
And?
A nice animal, but I'll keep my own.
Never mind looking a gift horse in the mouth, you flat out refuse to accept one. You're lost though, pal. Actually, now we've got to know each other, I want to let you in on this little scheme. We could both get something out of it. But you'd have to keep it to yourself. What do you say? Can you keep your mouth shut when coin's at stake?
I can keep my mouth shut. You can count on it. What's this about coin, then?
Look, it's easy as pie. You keep your horse, which you wanted to do anyway, but I'll say you took Herring, and then I'll sell him to someone. You'll do all right out of it. I'll pay you up front.
Hey, Kabat. That's not a bad plan. I'm in.
Grand! Here's your coin. I'll take care of the rest. Right, now we can get back to the reason you're here. You know how to ride and control a horse?
Ah, don't worry. I'm right at home with horses. I learned to ride with cumans on my tail, and arrows whistling past my head. A tough school it was.
Well, I'll be damned. I never heard such a thing before. But even an experienced horseman like you needs equipment, as you well know. You can tack him up yourself, right?
Sure. Thanks.
Take care.
Well, should we set off for Nabokov? I don't think I could tolerate another day under one roof with that idiot Schumberg.
Aye. Whenever I see him, I feel like giving him a smack in the mouth as well.
Or 5, which reminds me. Look, I know I behaved like an idiot, but...
That happens to the best of us. But you can rely on me. Always. We had a disagreement, that's all. Who doesn't sometimes? You're the closest friend I have left.
Thank you, Henry. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to have you as my page. You know, Hanush assigned you to me as a kind of punishment, but now I wouldn't want anyone else by my side. You have my word as a nobleman.
And you have my word as a blacksmith that I'll stand by you. Even if it isn't always easy going.
Then your word must be as firm as steel. But I take my promises seriously too. And since I made a promise to Bajena, we have to repay our debt.
You're right. That's only proper.
Therefore, I entrust you with that, on behalf of both of us. Give her our sincerest thanks, along with this. That ought to repay our debt royally.
Your wish is my command, sir.
As soon as we get back from Nabokov. It's high time we set out so we can get back before nightfall. Carpe diem.
I'm ready.
Let's mount up then. It's nice to be out under the open sky. I was feeling really cramped in those gloomy corridors up there. But I can't deny, this is a real fucking castle. I've never seen anything like it before. Perkstein is just a little fortress in comparison. Von Berghoff certainly knows how to make an impression.
That's true. Von Berghoff must be loaded.
I expect the office of the Royal Chamberlain is a nice earner. Or maybe he shits gold ingots. Fuck. This place makes me feel queasy. Memento mori. I could have croaked here and gone off to join my old man in eternity. God rest his soul. And he'd ask me, "So, son, what great deeds have you achieved in life?" And I'd have to tell him, "Well, Pa, I fucked everything up royally, and then they hanged me for poaching." Christ on a stick. I can't have that. When I go to the next life, I need to have something better to tell. A whole lot better.
Ah, you could tell him about me. how I served you loyally, for which you made me a knight and gave me a magnificent castle. Almost like this one here.
Aye, right, a fairy tale about a bold but uppity blacksmith. Just what Pa would like to hear. Damn it. I need to get my mind on other things and get the feeling I'm living. Let's really spur these horses on, eh? What'd you say?
How could I refuse you anything?
There's a junction beyond Troskovitz with a roadside chapel. Whoever reaches it first wins. So, get ready, forward! Race with the wind!
Ka!
Race with the wind!
Ka!
Faster! Faster!
Quick! Quick!
Give it all you've got!
Ka! Whoa!
Christ, yeah! Oh, I needed that. My head feels a lot clearer now.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks for riding with me, old pal. I'll even forgive you for having the audacity to beat me, blacksmith's boy. And I'll even reward you for your horsemanship. After all, the lords of Perkstein don't neglect their loyal subjects.
Thanks. A generous master is a good master. That's a piece of blacksmith's wisdom.
And a satisfied escort is a good escort. That's a noble's wisdom.
I can't disagree. So, what now, Hans?
Like I say, I can see everything clearer now. And the thing that's clearest to me is I won't be trifled with anymore. I'm the Lord of fucking Perkstein. Let everyone know who they have the honor of addressing.
I'm with you on that, noble sir.
Splendid. So, forward to Nabokov. The sooner we get that out of the way, the sooner we can finally start dealing with more important matters. O dentes fortuna juvat! We turn right here.
I'm glad you feel better.
So am I, my friend. So am I. We still have lots to do before we go back to Ratai. And I was afraid, you know, that I'd fuck it up. And I almost did, but I'm not afraid anymore. Now I see it as an opportunity and a challenge. Any old fool can manage simple tasks, but hard ones, they require a man like Sir Hans Capon of Leipa and Perkstein.
And Henry of Skalitz.
Aye, he faces the hardest tasks of all.
I was thinking about our mission. What do you think of our prospects with von Burgov?
Well, we haven't got off to the best start, have we? But I'll do everything in my power to ensure we succeed. Hanush, Radzig and Jobst are depending on us. If they thought it was a lost cause, they wouldn't have sent me. They'd have sent, you know, someone less important. That's diplomacy in a nutshell. If you're serious about something, you send someone important to add gravity and show respect.
You didn't answer my question.
I did. You just didn't realize. All right, I'll explain. According to what Hanush told me before we set out, von Burgov is no fool. Quite the opposite. Persuading him won't be easy. We have to show him he has more to gain than to lose with us.
This shouldn't be about trade-offs. Sigismund is a usurper who's harming our land. Wenceslas is the true king, and siding with him is a matter of honor.
I agree, Henry. But as you can see, half the Bohemians nobles don't. More than half, actually. They either see Sigismund as an opportunity, or they're simply fearful and will side with the one who has the upper hand. They'll be holed up on their estates, waiting for the storm to blow over without them having to lift a finger. We have to show them we have the upper hand. It doesn't matter if they side with us out of fear or honor. They just have to side with us. And von Bergov is just the man we need. As soon as we get his support, the majority will follow. Because some nobles will sit... Nabakov is not far now. The fortress stands on a rocky outcrop. We'll have to go round. So we should be careful. Our mission will be taking us around a pond, and we know what happened last time. So get ready. As soon as we cross the stream, we'll give the horses a gallop again. Turn left here! Nice fortress! I like the way it's concealed. Nicely situated on an outcrop, with a mighty tower and only one approach road. Easy to defend with a view of the whole valley and its approaches. A well-chosen site.
Are you an expert on fortress construction?
You could say that. It's part of a nobleman's and a warrior's upbringing. Hanush forced me to listen to those teachings from Bernard and others, and I'm glad he did. When I think about it, unquestionably learning feeds a man's soul, but right now my belly needs feeding. So I hope Sir Yaromir is well stocked. Von Bergov's morning feast set a high bar, after all.
Hearing you spout wisdom is entertaining. But not enough to make me forget my ass is sore. It's a good thing we're almost there.
Sacre, Henry, a short ride like this and you've had enough? I was just thinking about heading off to see the world once we've sent Sigismund packing and restored order in the land. I'd like to visit the Holy Land, for instance, and kneel before the Holy Sepulchre. I'd bring back earth from Golgotha for the family tomb, to improve Father's prospects in the hereafter. Whew. So you'd better toughen up that arse of yours, so you can make it to Constantinople at least, without whining. Can you see what I see? Fuck! What a lot of horses! They must have cost a fortune. Perhaps he married off his daughter well. Or von Bergov is paying Nabak a tidy annuity, but kept it quiet from us.
So, we're here. What now, Sir Hans?
Now, I expect someone will come to greet us. And hopefully not like they did in Trotsky.
Hey, so Yaromir don't receive visitors. You'll have to leave.
I beg your pardon. See to it that he receives me immediately.
Can't be done. Sorry about that.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Lipa, and I am here with a message from Lord von Bergov. So get to it. And if you keep me waiting here much longer, you'll be sorry.
Please be patient for a while, sir.
My word. You got a sharp tongue sometimes. But what if he won't receive us?
He will. Just wait and see.
Come along. Sir Yaromir will be here any moment.
See?
The Lord Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever.
Please excuse our precautions, gentlemen. These are evil times. Well then, Yaramir of Nabokov at your service. And whom do I have the honor of welcoming to my humble seat?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I am honored, Sir Yaramira. Sir Otto von Berghoff asked me to convey to you his cordial greetings, and to parley with you in the matter of the security of this domain.
Certainly, certainly. These are troubled times indeed. Please accept my hospitality, sir. You're surely thirsty after your journey, and you'll have greater comfort in the tower.
An excellent idea. If I may ask that our horses may not be neglected either.
Pelzel, you heard his lordship.
But I've already got 15 animals to deal with. Why doesn't Hurtle do it?
Hurtle has other duties. Stop griping and get to it.
15 horses? My word, sir. You must be doing all right for yourself.
Not entirely. But fortune smiled on me for once at least.
On me too, one could say. I suppose she's doing the rounds in these parts. So, tell me, sir, how did you achieve what you have?
Well, it's a long, complicated story. But I'm guessing von Berghoff didn't send you here to find out how well off I am. Or did he?
No, he didn't. I apologize, Sir Yaramira. So, let's proceed to the real reason he sent us. Henry, be prepared. I won't keep Sir Yaramira very long.
Certainly.
Michael, you take Henry here under your wing and make sure he's well taken care of.
Certainly. Henry, eh? Michael's my name, and I welcome you to our little place. It's not the fanciest fortress ever, but you know, I like it here. It serves us well. How was your journey? All good?
Aye. Lovely country. A feast for the eyes.
Well, that's nice to hear, especially from someone from far-off parts. But I must say, my throat is dry. And maybe yours too, eh? Come along with me. We'll soon fix that. I'll make you feel at home and we can have a chat. As I said, the fortress may be small, but the work never stops. Right now, we're repairing the fortifications down there, so don't get under the lad's feet. But you can drop in on Pelzel and check how he's looking after your horses. We're rolling some dice, eh? We've got none of guesswork, so don't all be shy. Invite him to play if he finds himself at a loose end. At least he'll show you how your betters play.
Right you are, Michael. You can rely on me.
And you, Ertl, have you got shit for brains? You've got a guess, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't know.
Shut your gob and attend to your duties.
Right, I'm going.
So you've heard then. I hope you won't disappoint Zwerk and pass some time with him.
Greetings to you.
I'd love to have a game.
Glad to hear it. You're a good lad. I can tell just by looking at you. Zwerk has some polished badges. I'm sure he'd love to take a look at yours. You'll find him over there at the table. He's there pretty much all day. I'll keep telling him. Your arse will wear a hole down there one day, and you'll fall down in it. Dice and all.
Are you being cautious?
But
or
now to the
cowardly?
important business. There's a bite to eat on the table and something to wash it down with, so help yourself. And I'll be happy to chew the fat. I'm sure you've got loads of stories. I heard Lord von Berghoff himself sent you. So, what has he sent you with?
He's calling his loyal men to arms. To fight back against the bandits running rampant in the region.
Now you're talking. It's about time. They've been causing trouble around these parts as well. How many men does Lord von Berghoff have?
I don't know. Trotsky is so big, I couldn't guess how many men there are there.
Well, hopefully enough. I bet my left nut Lord Yaromir will send me. Tell me one thing, though, because I can't wrap my head around it. Why didn't von Berghoff send one of his own instead of some Lord of Perkstein and his escort?
Well, I suppose he wanted to show respect to Lord Yaramir. So he didn't send just anyone.
Ah, the way of the nobles. Not something I know much about, but you do, it seems. So your master, Lord Capon of Perkstein is somehow significant.
One of the most significant in the Kingdom of Bohemia.
Well, you're lucky you're with him. Look who I'm serving. And you're his what? Yeah, page? Servant?
His escort. I give advice when he asks for it, but mostly I take care of his security.
Fair enough. I get it. I used to travel with Lord Yaromir, but he barely travels these days, so I don't get out much.
Lord Capon is always getting up to something.
Well, I envy you a bit. But hey, we've had a nice chat. And since you're here, what would you say to a bit of a friendly duel? You've got time to kill, and me too. Let's do something to shorten it. We can do something dignified. We'll clash arms for the glory of our masters. You for yours, me for mine.
I accept your offer. I'd fight for Lord Capon any time and any place.
Then you're the right man in the right place. Get your kit ready, and we can get stuck in.
I don't want to pry, Michael, but Sir Yaromir said he had some luck with horses. That sounds interesting.
Nothing interesting about it. His lordship's affairs are a long story, and a dull one at that.
Well, if there's one thing Lord Capon taught me, it's that noblemen's affairs are never dull.
If you insist, well, you're in for a disappointment. There's nothing interesting about it. Sir Yaromir had these relatives, and they died, God rest their souls, and his lordship inherited some land, but they couldn't give it to him or something, so they gave him horses instead, to make up the amount owed. See? Complicated and dull, but all above board.
No, you were right. That's nobleman's business for you.
Just so.
Let's do it, Michael.
You don't have to ask twice. We've got some blunt old weapons for practice here, so we'll use them. We don't want to hack each other to pieces, do we?
That's sensible.
We'll do it in the little courtyard behind the gate. Tell me what weapon you want, and we'll get cracking.
Give me a longsword.
You must fancy yourself a master swordsman. I can't wait to see what you can do with it. Give me a moment. I'll put my gear on.
Glory to Nabokov. Fight for us, Michael. Let's see what you're made of, and who's Virgo says, lad.
Careful with that iron. You think we'll have to repair it, eh?
I hope nobody gets badly wounded. Smash him, Michael. Something myself sometime. If it gets Clara so juiced up.
A good fight. An honourable.
Yeah, I'd say. I haven't had such a good stretch in a long time.
Lord Capon's honour has been defended.
That it has. Didn't expect you to take me down like that. All honour to you, Henry. Here you go. Something to remember Nabokov by on your journeys with Sir Capon. You won fair and square. If you're feeling a bit sore, go and see Clara. She'll be in that house beneath the smithy beyond the gate, I reckon. She'll be happy if you show her where it hurts. I might have said this already, but if you've got nothing on your plate, you can have a game of dice's work, or try Pelzel in the stables. I'm sure he'd love to show you how we hold races to pass the time. And if you want to train some other battle skills, you can practice archery with Mark. I reckon you'll find him on the gate.
Hey, sir, got a moment? I'm going into the woods to collect dead wood, if you know what I mean.
Lovely horses you have here.
Aye, right beauties, ain't they?
There must be more of them than men in the fortress. That many horses must have cost a fortune.
That's right. Sir Yaromir had a stroke of luck.
What stroke of luck was that?
Look, this is noble's business. I shouldn't go flapping my lips about it.
So there is something dodgy about it, eh?
Bollocks! It's all above board, especially our horses. Why not do something for your own lord's honour instead of insulting my lord's honour? We sometimes have this little race. You've got a horse, so you can show us your riding skills, eh?
Don't try that on me. My pa was a blacksmith, so I had horseshoes and hooves in my hand before I could walk. And I've met enough horse folk to know you shouldn't trust them further than you can throw them.
What do you mean?
The horses. Where did Lord Nebat get them?
All right, if you insist. Well, lucky for him, but not so lucky for others. We came across a bunch of them bandits who prey on folk here. We tore into them and hacked them to pieces. A couple of our lads didn't make it. God rest their souls. But we kicked their asses, and we took their horses. They had loads of them. Who knows where they got them, but that's by the by now.
Where did you fight with them?
Not far from the stream that feeds into Nabarkov Pond. They were just watering their horses when we charged them.
But Michael said it was between Lower Semine and Rock Tower Pond.
Really? I suppose Michael's right. It's easy to lose your bearings here. Nothing but cliffs and ponds. It makes your head spin.
But you're local. You must know these parts like the back of your hand.
I was shit-faced, all right? Let's leave it at that.
Hold on. Michael said something different. He said Sir Yaramir inherited them from some deceased relatives.
Aye, that's right, aye, that was it. We took some horses from the bandits, and Sir Jerome, Yaramir, got the others from his kin. Aye, that's how it was.
Right. I see. Take good care of those horses, then.
I will. And you, sir, maybe I mentioned it before, but if you're at a loose end, the horses need to stretch their legs a bit. You could help us out. Just a little race around the area, it would do the horses good. And you, too. And if you managed to beat our lad, you wouldn't go away empty-handed.
I'll race.
Thy will be done. The race is from here to Nabarkov Mill. That's down the path there and to the right after the little bridge. At the mill, there's this granary in front of the dike, and behind that, a willow tree. You go between the granary and the willow, and then back to the fortress. First one back here wins. You'll be taking on Hurtle. He's our best horseman, so you'll have your work cut out. None of us can beat him, but if you manage to, fuck it. I'll give you one of our finest saddles, whatever the cost.
That's fair. Let's do it.
Great. I'll call Hurtle and you can get cracking.
What does that Pelzer eat? His breath stinks. Go! To the finishing line. Keep it up. Go.
quick. Go. Come on.
You blind? You almost ran into me. Well, you gave it a go, but Hurtle's just too good. Don't take it to heart, but I reckon you could beat him. If you want another try, just say the word. Getting away from his guard duty for a race will make Hurtle's day. Hurtle won the race, but all credit to you, sir. You rode well.
Well, did you have fun? Don't take losing to heart. You're not the first fella I've left in the dust, and you won't be the last.
It's always good to test yourself against the best. Thanks. I still have a lot to learn.
Hey, no problem. At least I got to take a break from my boring guard duty. If you really want to learn, tell Pelzel and we can have another race.
Tell me, how's life in the fortress?
Nothing much. The days drag on, one much like another. What's worse, today I copped a shit job. Here with all the shit. But tomorrow will be better. I'm going on a patrol around the local area. I can't wait.
I know what you mean. What's your job today?
The prisoners?
You have prisoners?
Aye. Why else would I be standing here?
Good point. Who are the poor sods?
A couple of poachers. They're waiting to see what his lordship will do to them.
I'd like to ask the prisoners something.
Sorry, but that ain't possible. Like I said, they're waiting for his lordship to pass sentence, and nobody can see them till then. His lordship wants to let them starve a bit.
I understand. You can't be soft on their sort.
That's right.
Sir Yaramir's looking for you.
Huh? What does he want?
Something to do with horses. He says that's your forte.
Fucking hell. Pelzel's cocked up again, and it's up to me to put it right. As usual.
Up for another game? Had a loose end, sir? Dice will help pass the time.
I'm sorry, but your lord is ready to leave and he looks pretty...
It's a good... Excellent! My favorite retainer and protector just when I need him. The mission is fulfilled. It was a good meeting. In fact, we had a nice long chat. Sir Yaramir is a pleasant fellow, and he promised to send some men to help Lord von Bergov, of course. So we got what we came for. What about you? Did you have fun?
You could put it like that. And I saw some very strange things that make no sense at all. Everything about that fortress is damn fishy.
Really? Like what?
They're not so loud.
The horses, you mean?
Exactly, the horses. I did some asking around. Pelzel, the fella who looks after them, said they took them off the bandits they killed. But Michael said that Nebak inherited them from some relatives or something.
Nebak did get a bit twitchy when I asked him about it. That's true.
Exactly. There's loads of horses here, but they can't explain where they got them from.
It is peculiar, to say the least.
I'm wondering what von Berghoff will have to say about it.
I'm curious about that myself. Let's head off for Trotsky then.
I agree.
Oh, this place again. Oh, it makes my blood run cold. But it's good we're back safe. What you told me on the way about Nabokov was interesting. And definitely fishy. Good work. We should report it to Lord von Berghoff.
Of course. Let's see him at once.
Welcome back, Sir Hans. Henry?
Greetings, sir.
I'm glad you got back safe and sound. Now let's get down to business. Lord Capon, what news do you bring from Sir Jaromir? How many of his men can I count on?
First of all, Sir Jaromir sends his respectful greetings, sir. And he says he will pray for your good health. He was most troubled by the news about the ambush on your company. He promised 2 armored horsemen and 3 infantry bowmen. Nevertheless, while I was negotiating with him, Henry took a look around the fortress and became somewhat suspicious.
Very suspicious, sir.
I'm listening.
There are lots of horses stabled outside Nebakov. Suspiciously many. More almost than at the Semine stud, I'd say.
That's true. I noticed that as well. Sir Jaromir has a regular army of horses there.
And they can't explain where they got the horses from. Everyone had a different story. And when I asked about it, they got all flustered.
Even Nabak himself, actually. He got quite twitchy when I asked about it.
Well, well. Strange indeed. It seems that something fishy really is going on. It is good that you are so observant, gentlemen. Is that all?
That's all, sir.
Good work, youngster. But we haven't been idle either. We caught one of those bastards who ambushed us.
What? How?
A stroke of luck, more than anything. He's under lock and key down in the dungeons.
And? Did you get anything out of him, sir?
It turns out he's a tough nut to crack. My men haven't yet got a word out of him.
What about torture, sir?
That is just it. The men are superstitious. They say unclean work fits only for an executioner, and it seems we don't have one here. So they just beat him a little. But the bastard certainly knows how to hold his tongue.
Damn!
I thought you might also be interested in what he knows. He's most likely from the same band that attacked you. I don't know what you think about such superstitions, Lord Capon. But if you want to try and get something out of him, I will not hold you back. Make him tell you where his gang hides out, and I will be in your debt. And if someone in the region is helping them, I want to know who.
That's an offer that's hard to resist, Sir Otto. I've a whole list of questions for that scoundrel, and superstitions mean nothing to me.
All the instruments you need are right there. Make him regret the day he took up arms against us.
I'm surprised how tender-hearted your men are. Especially after what that band did to you and your captain. But I haven't forgotten. We'll get it out of him. The hard way, if need be.
I'm glad to hear it. You have already surprised me once or twice, so I'm interested to see if you can do it again. And if not, I shall just hang the bastard. As a warning to the others. Nevertheless, while we are dealing with nuisances, Did you notice anything suspicious on my estate while I was away? Something that might put us on the trail of those scoundrels, say.
I'm afraid I can't help you there, sir. While you were away, I spent my time, hunting. And after that, I was a guest in your cellars.
That's true. And you, Henry?
Crusader knights were here, looking for their missing brother Conrad for the murder of several brethren. It turned out, though, to be their Grand Master's intrigue. Conrad was falsely accused, and God came to his aid.
Wait. What intrigue?
Well, together with the Inquisition, the Crusader Grand Master arranged the murder of Archbishop Holbroom. Conrad found out, but he had to flee from the Grand Master.
Good God. This is an extremely grave matter for the entire kingdom. I want to question this Conrad. Right now.
Well, Conrad left the region. I'm sorry, sir.
I cannot say I'm pleased. Is there any other proof of this conspiracy?
Well, Conrad swore by the Holy Virgin.
I want to hear it from him, even so. I will send out riders to find the man. Thank you, Henry. You have done the kingdom a great service. The best way to judge a noble is by those who serve him. And you are reflecting very well on Lord Capon. Now, to more pleasant business. My personal bodyguard, Lord Bartosz, also known as Black Bartosz, came back from Prague with me. An outstanding swordsman, among other things. So if you want to take your mind off things or fancy some training, as my esteemed guest, he will be at your service. You will most likely find him at the sword-fighting arena in the outer fortifications. That is all. Inform me about what you get out of the bandit.